Right. Good morning, everyone. So, in my last class, in the last class, we were discussing Buddhism and Jainism. Just one second. We were discussing Buddhism and Jainism, and now in this class, we are going to discuss the Mauryans. Mauryans, Mauryans culture. As we already discussed in the last classes, I told you that the socio-cultural history is very important, and we discussed Indus Valley civilization and Vedic civilization, and Buddhism and Jainism, 6th century BC social and economical changes. Then we are going to discuss now the Mauryans culture. Okay, the Mauryans culture. Actually, the history of Mauryans. It begins with Chandragupta Maurya, and the kingdom which Chandragupta Maurya ruled is Magadha. Magadha Empire. Magadha Empire was ruled by a dynasty called Maurya dynasty, and the founder of the dynasty is Chandragupta Maurya. Okay, Chandragupta Maurya. He is a Jain, and he fought when he came to the power. He fought with Greeks because at that point of time, Northwest India is ruled by the Indo-Greeks. Greeks. Okay, Indo-Greeks, and the ruler is Seleucus. Seleucus dictator. Okay, Chandragupta Maurya versus Seleucus dictator. Chandragupta defeated the Seleucus dictator and established his kingdom for the first time. Mauryan kingdom expanded to the northwestern states of India. Then, after that, there was an informal treaty between Chandragupta Maurya and Seleucus dictator. According to this informal treaty, Chandragupta Maurya gave 500 elephants to Seleucus dictator, and Seleucus dictator gave his daughter Helena to Chandragupta Maurya. And also Seleucus dictator brought an ambassador, his name is Megasthenes. Megasthenes to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. Megasthenes to the court of Chandragupta Maurya. And this Megasthenes wrote a book called Indica. Very, very important. This Indica is a source to know the Mauryans administration. It is a source. It's a very good source to know about the Mauryans administration. Okay. And Chandragupta Maurya having a prime minister, his name is Kautilya. Kautilya. And you know this, Kautilya is very famous in Arthashastra. He wrote a popular book called Arthashastra. This Arthashastra deals with political science, public administration, economy, economics, all these subjects. And Chandragupta Maurya and Kautilya both combinedly murdered, they assassinated a great Magadha king and captured the power. So, Kautilya is the pioneer in bringing the Chandragupta Maurya to the power. Okay, Chandragupta and Kautilya murdered, assassinated Dhanananda. Dhanananda. Okay, Dhanananda was killed and Magadha Empire was captured by Chandragupta Maurya. But you know, there was a famine during the Chandragupta period. There was a famine, and so many hundreds of Buddhist Jain monks, bhikshus, and bhikshunis they are dying with starvation. And Chandragupta took a decision. He adopted Jainism under the guidance of Bhadravahu. Under the guidance of Bhadrabahu. So Chandragupta Maurya's guru is Bhadrabahu. Bhadrabahu. So there are two Jain monks. Okay, this culture is very important. Important Jain developments during the Chandragupta Maurya period. Stula, Stulabhadra, and Bhadrabahu. Stulabhadra and Bhadrabahu. Okay, Stulabhadra started a new sect in the Jainism called, as I told you already, that is Shvetambara. And Bhadrabahu, and I told you he brought Digambara Jainism. Shvetambara Jainism and Digambara Jainism. Shvetambara Jainism and Digambara Jainism. And Chandragupta Maurya abdicated his throne. He gave away his throne to his son Bindusara. and came to migrated to south and settled at a place called Shravana Belagola in Karnataka. Shravana Shravana Belagola in Karnataka. Shravana Belagola in Karnataka. Okay, Shravana Belagola and adopted Digambara Jainism Chandragupta Maurya. And Chandragupta Maurya went for a Jain called as Sallekhala. Sallekhala means starving to death. Starving to death. Sallekhanam on the top of Chandragiri mountains. On the top of Chandragiri Chandragiri mountains. Chandragupta Maurya died. Actually, the name of the mountain, we actually don't know the name of the mountain, but as Chandragupta Maurya died with Sallekana, that mountain popularly called to be as Chandragiri mountain. Okay, and also there is one more popular Rashtrakuta, Rashtrakuta ruler. His name is Indra 4. He died in Indragiri mountain, same by Sallekana. By practicing Sallekana, he died with he died with Indragiri mountains, on the top of Indragiri mountains. It's about Chandragupta Maurya. And Bindusara ruled from 297 to 272 BC. And Bindusara having two Greek ambassadors in his court. Greeks. Two Greeks. So during Chandragupta Maurya, his father's period, Megasthenes, and Bindusara had two Greeks. Their name is Deimachus and Dionysius. Deimachus and Dionysius. Deimachus, Dionysius, they are the two. And Bindusara had a very good diplomatic relations with these two people. These two were actually came from Greek. They were asked by Bindusara to get wine from Greece, and also figs, dry fruits. Figs means dry fruits. And also Greeks were asked by Bindusara to get philosophers, the great philosophers from Greek, because ancient Greece, they are very much popular for the great philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and all these great philosophers. And these two Greek ambassadors, they brought wine, they brought figs, but they rejected bringing the philosophers because they don't want to share the knowledge. That is the reason. And after that, it was popularly said that Bindusara having 100 sons. Out of 100 sons, Ashoka is one of the son. And Ashoka was popularly said that he killed his 99 brothers. Ashoka killed his 98. Total 100. Okay, total members 100. In that, Ashoka killed 98 brothers. And one more is left. That one more was very close to Ashoka. Okay, and Ashoka, whatever it is, Ashoka came to power. Whether it is true or not, it doesn't matter, but Ashoka came to power in 268 BC. And Ashoka, initially Ashoka is called as Chanda Ashoka. Later, he is called as Dhamma Ashoka. The transformation of Ashoka from Chanda Ashoka to Dhamma Ashoka is amazing. The most tremendous transformation from Chanda Ashoka to Dhamma Ashoka. Chanda Ashoka, when he was a Chanda Ashoka, he is very much cruel. He is very much cruel in nature. He killed so many people, servants, slaves. He made so many war criminals as slaves and servants. And one incident changed in his life. In 261 BC, there is a war with Kalinga Rajya. Ashoka fought war with Kalinga Rajya. Ashoka fought a war with Kalinga Rajya. In this, Ashoka killed 1 lakh. Ashoka killed 1 lakh people. And there was a 10-year-old boy, Nigrodha. 10-year-old boy, Nigrodha. 10-year-old boy, Nigrodha. He challenged Ashoka that you shameless creature and you have killed 1 lakh people in the Kalinga War. You turned the whole Orissa into the blood bathing. It's a river of blood. So many people are dying. And 10-year-old boy Nigroda challenged Ashoka to prove that you are a very good person. This incident, 10-year-old boy humiliated Ashoka in front of everybody. This incident made Ashoka to adopt Buddhism under the guidance of Guru. Ashoka, under the guidance of Guru, under the guidance of Guru. Who is that Guru? Under the guidance of Guru, Mugaliputta Tissa. Under the guidance of Guru, Mogaliputta Tissa. That is the reason this Mogaliputta Tissa is the head of the third Buddhist council. And Ashoka held third Buddhist council. Third Buddhist council. Ashoka held third Buddhist council. In this third Buddhist council, Ashoka made Buddhism an international religion. Ashoka made Buddhism Ashoka made Buddhism an international religion and worldwide religion because he sent all the Buddhist monks. He sent all the Buddhist monks to Greece, Egypt. Okay, he sent Buddhist monks to Sri Lanka. In fact, he sent his own son and daughter to Sri Lanka to spread the Buddhism. His son Mahendra, Ashoka's son, and Ashoka's daughter Sangamitra, Ashoka's daughter and Ashoka's daughter is Sangamitra. They both were sent to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka. Okay, Mahendra and Sangamitra, they both were sent to Sri Lanka to spread the Buddhism. And Ashoka also sent the Buddhist bhikshus to Burma, to Ceylon, to Sri Lanka. I mean to China, to Korea, to Greece. Every country in the world was spreading Buddhism. It's because of Ashoka. See, the religions become very prosperous only because of the patronization of the kings. If there is no king support, you don't find any religion to be flourished. Okay, this is the main important event, and this Kalinga War incident turned Ashoka into a Buddhist. Okay, and in return he made Buddhist a popular religion. And one more point is Ashoka after this Kalinga War came with a Buddhist concept called as Dhamma. Ashoka came with a most popular theory called as Dhamma. Dhamma is nothing but dharma. Dharma. It's nothing but a social law. It's nothing but a social law. Okay? A social law, it is a law which regulates everyone. And Dhamma says that respect elders. Simple concept. Respect elders. Dhamma says to respect Brahmins and Shramins. Respect Brahmins and Shramins. Respect teachers and follow non-violence. Avoid all evil qualities in you. Avoid all evil qualities. Develop kindness and softness. Kindness and softness. Simply, I will tell you, Dhamma, as per the inscriptions, as per the Ashoka's inscriptions, you will see the definition of Dhamma is Apasiyane, Bahukayane, Dhaye, Dhane, Sache, Madhve, Sadhve Cha. 7 definitions of the Dhamma. Apasiyane, Bahukayane, Daye, Dane, Sache, Madhve, Sadvecha. This is the definition and nature of Dhamma. If you tell this, Apasiyane, very good qualities. Bahukayane, welfare, charity. Daye, Dayagunam. Dane, Danagunam. Sache, truth, Nijaiti. Madhve, softness, again. Sadhve, simple life. This is Ashoka's Dhamma. These are all the qualities of the Dhamma. Okay, these are all qualities of Dhamma. Ashoka, Ashoka, this is what the Ashoka issued in all the inscriptions. Ashoka's Dhamma is found in 13th, 12th, number 1, all major rock edicts. Major rock edicts. Okay. Ashoka issued inscriptions in Prakrit language. Ashoka issued inscriptions in Prakrit language. Ashoka issued inscriptions with Brahmi script. Ashoka issued inscriptions in Brahmi script, Prakrit language. Ashoka issued inscriptions. Ashoka issued inscriptions 14 major rock edicts. Okay, they are called as major rock edicts. Ashoka issued total 14 major rock edicts. These 14 major rock edicts, example, the places where you see all these inscriptions is Dhauli, Orissa. Dhauli, Orissa. And Manshera, Shabhasgiri. They both are in today's Pakistan, northwestern India. Manshera and Shabhasgiri. Okay. Dhauli, Manshera, Shabhasgiri. Yerragudi, Kurnool district. Rajula, Mandagiri. Yerragudi and Rajula Mandagiri. These are the two places in Kurnool district. Okay, and also Ashoka have constructed a few pillar inscriptions. Okay, and Ashoka also have built rock cut caves, rock cut cave inscriptions. Okay, pillar inscriptions. There is a Ramapurva pillar. In Ramapurva, Bihar, there is Ashoka have constructed a pillar. On the top of the pillar, we will see bull capital. Capital is in the shape of an animal. Sarnath, Sarnath pillar, 4 lions. ఓకే 3 లైన్స్ ముందట ఉంటాయి ఇంకొకటేమో వెనుకుంటుంది సారనాథ్ పిల్లర్ ఇన్స్క్రిప్షన్ దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ సార్ బికాస్ దిస్ అడాప్టెడ్ బై ఇండియన్ గవర్నమెంట్ యాజ్ ద నేషనల్ ఎంబ్లెమ్ అండ్ ఆల్సో రుమెందై pillar inscription Nepal here horse capital you will see Lauria Nandangar Lauria Nandangar pillar. Here you will see single lion. Single lion. These are all the capitals on the top of the pillar. Capital means capital is in the shape of an animal. Capital is in the shape of an animal. Okay. Rocket caves. Rockets. Ashoka have built 4 caves. Artificial all. Ashoka have built 4 caves. These 4 caves are at Bara. Okay, Bihar. Ashoka have built 4 caves at Bara, Bihar. So they are called as Bara rock cut caves. Bara rock cut caves. And he donated all these 4 caves at Bara to Ajivikas. There is one sect in ancient India called Ajivikas. Ajivika Bhikshus. He donated it to Ajivikas. And after this, and after this, Ashoka, Ashoka have built so many uh, ashramas, charity purposes. Okay, Ashoka have went for Vihara. Ashoka have went for Dhammayatras, and he banned Vihara Yatras. Ashoka issued a small minor rock inscription, small MRE, and a minor rock inscription, minor rock edict. We say inscriptions are called as edicts. Ashoka's inscriptions. MRE, minor rock edicts at Babru. So Babru MRE, minor rock edict. Babru minor rock edict. This is called as sorry, here in this Babur minor rock edict, which is in West Bengal, Ashoka says, Buddham Sharanam Gachami, Dhammam Sharanam Gachami, Sangam Sharanam Gachami, Buddham Sharanam Gachami, Dhammam Sharanam Gachami, and Sangam Sharanam Gachami. Okay. That is about Ashoka. And after that, Ashoka architecture, Mauryan arts. You know, Ashoka have built a new style of construction called pillars for the first time. This concept of pillars is borrowed from Iran, Achaemenian Achaemenian pillars. Okay, this is a new tradition. Ashoka have built Kumrahar Palace. Ashoka have built Kumrahar Palace at Pataliputra. Ashoka have built Kumrahar Palace at Pataliputra. It is a wooden palace. It is a wooden palace. It's a 80 pillared palace hall. It's a 80 pillared palace hall. Okay, it's a 80 pillared palace hall. This is a Mauryans architecture. Then you see after this post Mauryan, and you know what is very important in the post Mauryan? There is one kingdom called as Indo Greeks. These guys, Indo Greeks ruler is Demetrius, and Demetrius and Menander. Okay, this Greek ruler who is ruling the northwest India, they are from Bactria. They are from Bactria, Afghanistan. This Menander name changed to Milinda. Okay, and he got a Buddhist bhikshu called Nagasena. Nagasena. Nagasena and Milinda used to speak a lot. Nagasena and Milinda. They both had a conversation. Milinda had a conversation with Nagasena, and Nagasena used to give the answers of the Milinda on Buddhism. So this conversation, these questions of Milinda and answers of Nagasena is called as Milinda Panho. Milinda Panho. Okay, questions of Milinda and answers of Nagasena. And Milinda is the first ruler to mint the gold coins. Mint the gold coins. Okay, so the Greeks are the first in India. Indo Greeks are the first in the India to mint the gold coins. Okay, then the most important one, Gandhara School of Art. Gandhara School of Art. Okay, this Gandhara School of Art was developed by Indo Greeks and later developed by Kushans. Okay, this type of school of art is found in northwest India. This school of art is found in northwestern part of India. Here you see the Buddha in Greek style. More than an Indian style, it's a Greek style. Okay, Buddha is shown in Apollo god and Hercules. అపోలో, బుద్ధుడు ఎట్లా కనిపిస్తాడు మనకు? ఒక గ్రీకు దేవుడు లాగా కనిపిస్తాడు. ఎట్లా గ్రీకు దేవుడు అంటే అపోలో, గ్రీకుల దేవుడు అపోలో సన్ గాడ్ లాగా కనిపిస్తాడు. హెర్క్యులస్ ఆ గాడ్ లాగా కనిపిస్తాడు. అండ్ ఆల్సో బుద్ధ is shown with a drapery. Buddha is shown with a drapery, shalva. Okay, Buddha having curly hair. Curly hair. Okay, these are the features of Gandhara. Then next, in this period, Mathura. Mathura School of Art. Mathura School of Art. This Mathura School of Art consists of indigenous, complete indigenous style. It is not anything anywhere, nowhere it is influenced by the foreign style like Gandhara. And unlike Gandhara, Mathura is indigenous style, developing its own style. And this started by Kushans, later developed by Guptas, Mathura School of Art. Here in this Mathura School of Art, it is not only about Buddhism, it is about Hinduism also, and also Jainism also. And in Buddhism, Buddha is shown in spiritual form. Seated Buddha we call. Buddha is shown in spiritual form. Here, Hindu gods. Hindu gods is shown. Hindu gods are Ekamukalinga and Chaturmukalinga. Ekamukalinga and Chaturmukalinga. Okay, and Jains naked Tirthankaras. అండ్ నేకెడ్ తీర్థంకరాస్ అంటే దిగంబర జైనులు నేకెడ్ ఉంటారు వాళ్ళు అని చెప్పాను. జైన్స్ లో తీర్థంకరుల విగ్రహాలు కనిపిస్తాయి. మథురా స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ట్ బుద్ధిజం ఒకటే కాదు, హిందూయిజం కూడా. ఓకే, బుద్ధిజం అండ్ హిందూయిజం. అండ్ ఇంకా అమరావతి స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ట్. అండ్ అమరావతి స్కూల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్ట్ ఇట్స్ డెవలప్డ్ బై శాతవాహనాస్. They have Ayakpatas, Amaravati Stupa. Ayakpatas and Amaravati Stupa. On Amaravati Stupa, you see the stone plates. On Amaravati Stupa, you see the stone plates. Stone plates are the plates on which Buddha's life incidents are depicted. Buddha's life events are depicted. For example, what is the Buddha's life event? And there are the 5 Panchakalyanas. 5 Panchakalyanas are there. First one Janana, second one, okay, first one Janana, birth, second Mahabhinishkramana, third Sambodhi, fourth Dharmachakra Parivartana, and the last one Nirvana, Mahaparinirvana చెందుతాడు. అవన్నీ రాతి పలకల మీద బుద్ధుడి యొక్క బొమ్మలను అమరుస్తారు. అదే ఏమంటాము? ఆయక్పతలు అని అంటాం. ఓకే, అండ్ Amravati, and then Sanchi Stupa. Sanchi Stupa. Sanchi Stupa also built by Ashoka, Madhya Pradesh. Sanchi Stupa. I told you already. Stupa is a monument, sacred monument under which you see the relics of the Buddha or ashes of the Buddha or mortal remains of the Buddha. Okay, or mortal remains. Or mortal remains of the Buddha. Sanchi Stupa, and also Barhut Stupa. Barhut. Barhut Stupa is in Bihar. In this Barhut Stupa, you see Ajatashatru, the great Magadha ruler Ajatashatru, stepping down, falling down on the feet of the Buddha, and asking him for excuse for killing the father. Ajatashatru killed his father Bimbisara and came to the power. Okay, Ajatashatru killed his father and came to the power. This is about the post-Mauryans architecture. And then what happened? Guptas. The Guptas came to power. And the most important Gupta's ruler is Samudragupta. Samudragupta. Samudragupta ruled from 335 to 380 AD. And Samudragupta followed a theory in conquering the entire India. That is Sangraha, Vimochana, Anugraha. Sangraha, Vimochana, Anugraha. Sangraha, liberation. Liberation. Sangraha, killing the enemy. Sangrahinchadam, manishini champadam. Vimochana, liberation. Anugraha, Vimochana, liberation. And Anugraha means restoration. రీస్టోరేషన్ అంటే ఆక్రమించుకున్న రాజ్యాలను మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళకే తిరిగి ఇవ్వడము, అదే రీస్టోరేషన్. సముద్రగుప్తుడు దానికి చాలా చాలా గొప్పవాడు. అండ్ గుప్తాస్ రూలర్ సెకండ్ గుప్తా చంద్రగుప్త 2 is the most second important ruler. His title Sakari, Vikramaditya. Sakari and Vikramaditya. You know, he took this title Sakari. Why? Why he took this title Sakari? Because he destroyed Shakas. He destroyed the Shakas. Vikramaditya. Vikramaditya is the most legendary personality in mythology. Vikramaditya. And Chandragupta 2 quote having 9 Navaratnas. 9 మంది నవరత్నాలు. ఓకే, అందులో కొన్ని ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ చెప్తా. ఆర్యభట్ట ఒక నవరత్న. ఆర్యభట్ట రోడ్ సూర్య సిద్ధాంత. అండ్ ఆర్యభట్టీయం. Surya Siddhanta and Aryabhattiyam. In these books, he discovered the zero. In these books, he discovered the value of pi. In these books, he discovered numerals. In numerals, he discovered decimals. In Surya Siddhanta, he was talking about formation of solar and lunar. In this, he is talking about the solar and lunar eclipses. Okay, solar and lunar eclipses. And in this book, he is talking about the algebra. He's talking about the trigonometry. Yes, such a master genius, man, Aryabhatta. Then next, Varaha Mihira. Okay, Varaha Mihira wrote called as Brihaspati. Varaha Mihira. Varahamihira wrote Brihat Samhita. Palakapya wrote Hastayurveda. Panini wrote Ashtadhyayi. the great grammarian, funny, and the very, very, very important, the most important one, Kalidas. Kalidas is the one who wrote Abhignana Shakuntala. Abhignana Shakuntala is the story of Shakuntala and Dushyant. Mala Vikagni Mitram. Vikramorvashiyam. Mala Vikagni Mitram, Vikramorvashiyam, Kumara Sambhavam. Raghuvamsham. Kumara Sambhavam and Raghuvamsham. All these are the great Sanskrit dramas written by this man. Sushruta wrote Sushruta Samhita. Sushruta wrote Sushruta Samhita, and yes, this is the cultural development. And Chandragupta too issued Mehrali iron pillar inscription. Mehrali iron pillar inscription. This is no evidence of rust. So in my last class, we were discussing the Mauryans and also the culture from the post-Mauryan period, Gandhara school of architecture and Mathura school of architecture, and Amaravati Buddhist stupas, chaityas, viharas, Karle, and I told you Karle is the biggest chaitya in India, which is in Maharashtra. Karle, which was actually built by Shatavahanas. Karle Chaitya is built by Shatavahanas, which is in Maharashtra, Karle Chaitya, and also Kanheri. Kanheri, in Kanheri, you see Chaitya and Vihara. One thing you have to put in your mind that Chaitya means that residence. Sorry. Chaitya is a prayer hall. Chaitya is a prayer hall of the Buddhist monks. And Vihara is a ashrama. Vihara is a residence. Vihara is the residence of the Buddhist monks. Okay. These two were constructed by Shatavahanas in Maharashtra. And as part of Guptas, and also I told you yesterday, in Gupta's culture, Guptas, I told you that the important ruler Samudragupta, then after Samudragupta, Chandragupta II, then after Chandragupta II, Kumaragupta. And I told you that Chandragupta II, during his regime, there was Indian culture reached its heights. Every aspect of human life has touched its zenith during second Chandragupta period, and also I told you there are 9 great poets called Navaratnas. In that, Kalidas is one of the greatest poet, and Kalidas wrote Abhignana Shakuntala, Malavika Agnimitram, Vikrama Urvashiyam. Okay, Chandragupta too, and Aryabhatta, and also I discussed Aryabhatta. Aryabhatta discussed Aryabhattiyam and Surya Siddhanta. Aryabhattiyam and Surya Siddhanta. Aryabhatta discovered zero, which is the basis for whole mathematics, which is the basis for all the scientific inventions in this world. Aryabhatta. And Aryabhatta mentions about the solar eclipse, formation of solar eclipse and lunar eclipses. Okay, lunar eclipses. Then, and one more great poet is there, Brahmagupta. Brahmagupta wrote a text called Khandana Khadya. Brahmagupta wrote a book called Khandana Khadya. Okay, and this Brahmagupta is called as Indian Newton. Brahmagupta is called as Indian Newton because it's talking about the gravitational force of the earth. Earth having a particular property to attract everything, gravity, and Palakapya, I told you that Hastayurveda. Palakapya, he wrote a text. Hastayurveda. Sushruta Samhita. We discussed that. This is Gupta's culture. And also Guptas have built 29 caves in Ajanta. 29 caves in Ajanta. In that, the most important one, cave number 1. Cave number 1, Padmapani paintings. Padmapani caves. Padmapani, Padmapani is a bodhisattva. అంటే బుద్ధుడి యొక్క అవతారం, బుద్ధుడి యొక్క రీఇన్కార్నేషన్ పద్మపాణి అవతారంలో వస్తాడు. ఆ పెయింటింగ్ ఉంటుంది కేవ్ నెంబర్ 1లో. ఎంటర్ అవ్వగానే ఫస్ట్ కేవ్ ఇట్లా ఉంటాయండి కేవ్స్ అనేటివి. కేవ్ నెంబర్ 1 టు కేవ్ నెంబర్ 29, 1 2 3 4 దెన్ 29 కేవ్స్. ఈ కేవ్ నెంబర్ 1లో బుద్ధుడి యొక్క పెయింటింగ్ ఉంటుంది, పద్మపాణి రూపంలో ఉంటాడు. నెత్తిపైన కిరీటం ఉంటుంది, పద్మపాణి ఆన్ ద హెడ్, అండ్ ఆల్సో దెర్ ఇస్ అ లోటస్ ఇన్ ద హ్యాండ్ ఆఫ్ Padma. There is a in the hand of Buddha. That lotus called as Padma. Okay, Padmamu lotus. Padmapani. And then cave number 26 is very important. Cave number 26 is Maha Parinirvana. Cave number 26 is Maha Parinirvana. Okay, Maha Parinirvana. And a dying Buddha, or otherwise sleeping. Dying Buddha or sleeping Buddha. Then there were so many themes were taken from Jatakas. Then there were so many themes were taken from Jatakas. Shibi Jataka. Okay, Shweta Gaja Jataka. Shweta Gaja. Shweta Gaja Jataka. This Shweta Gaja Jataka means a white elephant. It's a story of white elephant. A white elephant opened its trunk and showing the flower. This is what actually the Buddha's story. This is the story which is related to the Buddha's birth. White elephant showing the lotus. And white elephant is very popular in the Buddhist mythological scriptures. And white elephant is solving the disputes. Okay, and also solving the disputes of all the people. And also see, in this Buddhist mythology, bodhisattvas is one more concept. Jatakas means, just now I told you, it's a short stories on Buddha. Short stories on Buddha. Okay. And also Buddhist literature, Tripitakas. Tripitakas means Sutta, Vinaya, Abhidhamma. Sutta Pitaka, Vinaya Pitaka, Abhidhamma Pitaka. All these are about the rules of Sangha and principles of Sangha. And Abhidhamma Pitaka is about the metaphysics. Abhidhamma Pitaka is about the metaphysics. Metaphysics. Okay. Metaphysics means philosophical portion of the Buddhist teachings. Right. And the most important one is Acharya Nagarjuna. In the Buddhist, Acharya Nagarjuna is a very, very important Buddhist. He wrote Rasaratnakara. He wrote Acharya Nagarjuna wrote a text called as Madhyamika Karika. Madhyamika Karika, and a middle path. Always follow the middle path. Middle path is nothing but always consider your body as middle. Always consider your body as middle between God, ultimate reality, and individual soul. So this medium must be used properly. Okay. Sunya Saptati. Sunya Saptati, Acharya Nagarjuna. It's talking about Midya. Vishwamanta oka Midya antaru. Whatever is unreal, the whole world is unreal. Philosophical books, all these are. And Guptas started for the first time constructing temples in India. Hindu temples for Hindu gods. Temples for Hindu gods. Guptas for the first time started constructing temples for Hindu gods. And they have a particular style. Temples for Hindu gods have a particular style called as Shikara. Shikara style temples. Shikara style temples. How does this Shikara style temples look? This is Garbhagudi, Sanctum Sanctorum, Garbhagudi. The topmost portion on the Garbhagudi is called as Shikara, a pyramidal structure. Shikara is a pyramidal structure. Shikara is a pyramidal structure. On the top of this Shikara, on the top of this is called as Amalaka. This is called as Kalasha. Amalaka and Kalasha. This Shikara. Itla untayandi. See, in Shikara style temples, temple walls are curving inside. Temple walls are curved inside. Curved inside. Okay. In the next coming classes, we will discuss Pallavas. Pallavas again started they started different style of architecture called Dravida. Dravida, the temple walls are curved outside, not inside. And the topmost portion of the temple is flat. Here the topmost temple is pointed. Okay, Shikara style. And also there are steps which are leading to this temple. These steps is called as Pitha. Pitha. The Pitha. That is Shikara style temples. And then next Guptas have built Sultanganj Buddha statue. Sultanganj Buddha statue. This is in Bihar. You know what is the weight of the Sultanganj Buddha? 1 ton. 1 ton weight. Humongous, 7 feet height. It's made up of pure copper. Copper statue. Copper statue of Buddha. Sultanganj copper statue Buddha. Metal used here, copper. Pure copper. It's a Gupta's culture. And during the Gupta's period, Hinduism, Brahmanism, it turned into Hinduism. Brahmanism, right from the BC, 6th century BC, Brahmanism was, the downfall. There was a downfall of Brahmanism. And now this Brahmanism was turned into Hinduism. When I say Brahmanism, here it means Brahmin monopoly on religion. In Brahmanism, rituals is the way to attain salvation. In Hinduism, bhakti, here there is no Brahmin monopoly. Hinduism, access to all communities. Bhakti is a marga for salvation. Bhakti is a marga for salvation. Bhakti is a marga for salvation. Understanding? Bhakti margam. And for the first time, Vishnu was given avatars concept during the Gupta's period. Vishnu have been given 10 avatars. Matsya Avatara, Kurma Avatara, Varaha Avatara, Lakshmi Narasimha Avatara, etc. 10 avatars. Vishnu. Okay, Dashavatara, Vishnumurti. And Vishnu Dashavatara temple was built in Deoghar. Vishnu Dashavatara temple is at Deoghar. Deoghar is in UP. This is built in Panchayatana style. This is built in Panchayatana style. Panchayatana style means total 5 sides will be there for the temple. అట్లా ఆ పంచాయతానా స్టైల్ అని ఆ స్టైల్లో కట్టారండి గుప్తులు. గుప్తాస్ హ్యావ్ బిల్ట్ ఉదయ ఉదయగిరి caves at Madhya Pradesh. Guptas have built Bhag caves at Madhya Pradesh. Here you see Shiva in a Bumrah, Varaha, Shiva and Varaha Swami temples you see in Bhag caves. Within the caves, cave temple. Within the caves you see the temple, cave temple you call that. Then after the Guptas, again, the next comes Harshavardhana, the most important ruler in the North India. This comes under post Gupta. Post Gupta Harshavardhan. Harshavardhan ruled from 606 to 647 AD. Harsha ruled from 606 to 647 AD. Okay. Harsha is a lord of north. Padishwarudu, Uttara Padishwarudu, Sakala Uttara Padishwarudu, the entire lord of North India, Harshavardhan. Harsha defeated all the small kingdoms like Maukari, Maitreka, Kamarupa, Gauda. Harsha defeated Gauda Shashank. Gauda Shashank. He is a ruler of Bengal. Gauda Shashank is a ruler of Bengal. Bengal is called as Gauda Desha in ancient times. And Harsha defeated this powerful Shashank. And Shashank is a Shaivite. He got defeated in the hands of a small boy, Harsha. Harsha is a young boy when he defeated Shashank, dynamic Shashank. And Shashank, with all frustration, while going back, he desecrated Bodhi tree. The most important point, people tree. He desecrated this people tree which is at Gaya, the tree under which Buddha got enlightenment. డెసిక్రేటెడ్ అంటే అపవిత్రం చేసినాడు, నరికి పాడేసినాడు ఆ చెట్టును. పవిత్రమైన చెట్టు. ఒక శివ భక్తుడు బౌద్ధాన్ని సర్వనాశనం చేసినాడు చెట్టును నరికి. ఓకే. హర్ష court poet Bhana or Bhana Bhatta. Harsha's court poet is Bhana Bhatta. And Bhana Bhatta wrote a book called Harshacharita. And Harshavardhan during his regime, Harshavardhan's regime, there is a Chinese traveler, Hyun Sang, Chinese traveler, Hyun Sang visited India to the court of Harsha. Hyun Sang wrote a book called Siyuki. There is first Chinese who came to India during Gupta's period. Before Harsha, Gupta's, just now I told you. During Chandragupta II period, Fahin, first Chinese to enter into India. Fahin wrote a book called Fokuki. He wrote Fokuki, he wrote Siyuki. This is the authentic source to know about the Buddhism. Hyun Sang is a great devotee of Buddha, and after coming to India, Hyun Sang became a very good friend of Harsha. Harsha initially a Shaivite. Okay. Then Harsha, because of the Hyun Sang influence, he turned into a Mahayana Buddhist. Before his coming, Harsha wrote Mahayana in Buddhism. Harsha became a Mahayana Buddhist. And Harsha built a golden statue of Buddha in Ganga River, on the banks of Ganga River. Golden statue and stupa on the banks of Ganga River. Okay, and after Harsha, the one who gave, and Harsha started two programs. Harsha is also a great poet, Sanskrit poet. Harsha wrote PNR, three Sanskrit dramas: Priyadarshini, Naghananda, and Ratnavali. Priyadarshini, Nagananda, and Ratnavali, three Sanskrit dramas. Okay, and after this, Harsha started two programs. That is Kannauj Mahasabha and Kannauj Mahasabha and Mahamoksha Sabha. Kannauj Mahasabha, it's a 18 days religious festival, and Mahamoksha Sabha is a charity festival. Charity festival. In Mahamoksha Sabha, he brought a charity system. For once for every 5 years, Harsha will donate his entire property. After Harsha, in South India, who ruled then in South India? Badami Chalukyas. South ruled by Badami Chalukyas. Okay. Badami Chalukyas. The most important ruler in the Badami Chalukyas, Pulakesin II. And he defeated Harsha. He defeated Harsha. And I told you, Harsha is the lord of the entire North India. Harsha defeated every kingdom in the north. But Harsha was defeated in the hands of Pulakesin II, who is a ruler of Deccan. Deccan Raja, Karnataka. Badami Chalukyas ruling Deccan, Karnataka, Maharashtra, these areas, Telangana. These areas were ruled by Badami Chalukyas. Understanding? Pulakesin II defeated Harsha, and the inscription, Aihole inscription, is evidence giving for this. Aihole Shasanam, Aihole inscription says, Pulakesin II defeated Sakalottara Padishwara. Sakalottara Padishwara. Sakalottara Padishwara means Harsha. And Elephanta caves, Pulakesin have constructed Elephanta caves in Ireland, in Arabian Sea. Elephanta caves having Shiva, Vishnu and Brahma caves. Shiva, Brahma and Vishnu caves. Shiva, here it is found in Ardhanarishwara, and also Nataraja, dancing Shiva. Okay, Elephanta caves. Okay, and after that, Papanatha temple. Papanatha Swami Temple. Shiva. Papanath Swami Temple. Virupaksha Temple. Aihole. This is in Aihole. Sorry, this is in Pattadakal. Pattadakal in Karnataka. Pattadakal in Karnataka. Pattadakal in Karnataka. And Pattadakal in Karnataka. And Aihole. Aihole is full of temples. Temple town. Aihole is called as Temple City. Same like how Vijayanagara's time, Hampi is a city, temple city. Aihole is a temple city. In Aihole temple, you see Durga, Usimalli Gudi, Durga and Usimalli Gudi temples. And after this, Pallavas in south, Tamil Nadu, Pallavas ruled Kanchipuram. Pallavas ruled Kanchipuram. Here begins Pallavas, the most important ruler, Mahendravarma I. Mahendravarma I, important king of Pallavas. And Mahendravarma I wrote a book called Mattavilasa Prahasana. It's a drama. It's a drama. Mattavilasa Prahasana. And Mahendravarma I, Mattavilasa Prahasana, and he built Sithanavasal caves in Tamil Nadu. He built Sithanavasal caves in Tamil Nadu. Here you see Vishnu, Shiva, and Jain caves. He gave importance for Jainism also. Mahendravarma I. Mahendravarma I having a title Vichitrachitta. Vichitrachitta. Then Narasimhavarma I. Important ruler Narasimhavarma I. He started Dravida style architecture. He started Dravida style architecture and he built a temple called as Shore Temple in Mahabalipuram. He constructed a city called Mamallapuram or Mahabalipuram. Mamallapuram is nothing but Mahabalipuram. In Mahabalipuram, you have Shore Temple. You have 5 monolithic chariots. 5 monolithic chariots. Okay. 5 monolithic chariots. 5 monolithic chariots are dedicated for Pancha Pandavas. Pancha Pandavas and plus 1 Draupadi. Pancha Pandavas and Draupadi. Understanding everyone? And Bhagirath sculpture. Bhagirath sculpture. Bhagirath sculpture. What is this Bhagirath sculpture? Sage Bhagirath bringing down Ganga to earth. Bringing down Ganga to earth. Ganga river. And also you will see Arjuna's penance. Arjuna's penance. Arjuna's penance. తపస్సు అర్జునుడు తపస్సు చేస్తున్నట్టు పాశం కోసం దండి the great poet called Dandi wrote a book called Dasa Kumara Charita. Then during Pallavas period, first time there was a conflict between Shaivism and Vaishnavism. There is a conflict, Shaivism and Vaishnavism, but both are spreading bhakti as a means to salvation. Bhakti is a means. Bhakti is a means to salvation. And very important, very important, Vaishnavism. First, I will discuss about Vaishnavism. Vaishnavism, devotees of Vishnu. Vishnu devotees are called as alvars. విష్ణుమూర్తి భక్తులందరినీ ఏమంటారంటే ఆల్వార్లు అంటారు. ఆల్వార్లు మొత్తం ఎంతమంది ఉన్నారు? ఆల్వార్లు టోటల్ 12 ఆల్వార్స్. టోటల్ 12 ఆల్వార్స్. They all wrote a book. All 12 alvars composed a book combinedly called as Nalayira Divya Prabandham. Nalayira Divya Prabandham. Nalayira Divya Prabandham. Nalayira Divya Prabandham. And examples of alvars: Andal, Nammalvar, Tirumangai. ఆండాల్, నమ్మాల్వార్, తిరుమంగై వీళ్ళంతా ఆల్వార్లు. ఆండాల్ ఒక గొప్ప స్త్రీ అందులో. నెక్స్ట్ శైవిజం, డివోటీ, devotees of Shiva. Devotees of Shiva are called as Nayanars. They are all the great devotees of Shiva. Nayanars. Total number of Nayanars 63. They all composed a book called Tevaram. 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 Tevaram is called as Panchama Veda. Anta sacred book for Shaivites. Panchama Veda. Tevaram. ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆఫ్ నయనార్స్. కొంతమంది ఆ 63 మందిలో కొంతమంది అప్పార్, సంబంధార్, మానిక్ కవచకార్, తొందర డిప్పోడి, వీళ్ళంతా నాయనార్లు. వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. వీళ్ళే కలిసి తేవరం అనే పుస్తకాన్ని రచించింది. అర్థమైందా? ఇది పల్లవుల కాలంలో కల్చరల్ డెవలప్మెంట్స్ ఆఫ్ డ్యూరింగ్ ద పల్లవాస్ పీరియడ్. Shaivism and Vaishnavism both are spreading bhakti as a means to salvation. Here onwards only you will get the concept called bhakti Sufi. Bhakti ముద్యమం జరుగుతుంది నెక్స్ట్ ఇక. And in the Shiva temples, in the Vishnu temples, Devadasi system started. Devadasi system started. టెంపుల్ విష్ణు టెంపుల్స్ లో జరిగితే అది దేవదాసి సిస్టమ్ అని అంటాం. ఓకే, టెంపుల్ గర్ల్స్. ఇది అదే ఆంధ్రాలో జరిగితే, తమిళనాడులో అయితే దేవదాసి అంటాం, ఆంధ్రాలో మాతాంగులు అంటాం. మాతాంగులు. తెలంగాణ జోగిని. ఇది పల్లవాస్ కల్చర్. ఇదే సౌత్ ఇండియాలో పల్లవాస్ తర్వాత చోలాస్ వస్తారు. చోలాస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. చోలాస్ రాజధాని తమిళనాడు. పల్లవుల తర్వాత చోళులు వస్తారు. చోళులు రూల్ చేసింది తంజావూరు, తమిళనాడు. ఇంపార్టెంట్ కింగ్ ఇందులో ఎవరు? కింగ్, ఇంపార్టెంట్ కింగ్ రాజా చోళ. రాజరాజ చోళ. రాజరాజ చోళ. రాజరాజ చోళ ఈయన కూతురు కుందవ్వ, ఈయన కొడుకు రాజేంద్ర. రాజేంద్ర చోళ, రైట్. డాటర్ కుందవ్వ, డాటర్ కుందవ్వ, సన్ Rajendra Chola. Rajendra Chola is the next king after Rajaraj Chola. Kundava got married to Kundava. Kundava she got married. Kundava got married to Vimaladitya, Telugaina. Vimaladitya is a Vengi Chalukya ruler. ఆంధ్రాని అప్పుడు రూల్ చేస్తున్నది వేంగి చాళుక్యులు. వేంగి చాళుక్యులు అప్పుడు ఆంధ్రాని రూల్ చేస్తున్నది వేంగి చాళుక్యులు. అటు ఇచ్చినాడు కుందవ్వను. కొడుకు రాజేంద్ర చోళ. ఓకే, ఈ కుందవ్వకు వేంగి చాళుక్య రాజు విమలాదిత్యకు వివాహం అయితే పుట్టిన కొడుకే రాజరాజ నరేంద్ర. ఈయన వేంగి చాళుక్య రాజు. నెక్స్ట్ తెలుగు తెలుగు ఆంధ్ర రాజ్యం, ఆంధ్ర రాజ్యానికి రాజులు వేంగి చాళుక్యులు. వేంగి చాళుక్య రాజు నెక్స్ట్ రాజు రాజరాజ నరేంద్ర. ఇక్కడ నెక్స్ట్ రాజు రాజేంద్ర చోళ. అర్థమైందా? ఇది అంటే తమిళ తెలుగు మ్యాట్రిమోనియల్ అలయన్సెస్ అయ్యి డక్కన్లో కళ్యాణి చాళుక్యులను సర్వనాశనం చేసినాయి. అట్లా సౌత్ ఇండియా మొత్తం పాలిటిక్స్ అన్నట్టు, మొత్తం కల్చర్. సౌత్ ఇండియా అంటేనే కల్చర్ టెంపుల్స్ అండ్ మొత్తం పాలిటిక్స్. Rajaraja, he built a beautiful sculpture called Nataraja sculpture. శిల్పం చెక్కించాడు. దేంతోటిది? బ్రాంజ్. ప్యూర్ బ్రాంజ్ తోటి ఒక శిల్పాన్ని చేయించాడు నటరాజుడు. ఎంత ఎక్స్పెన్సివ్ ప్యూర్ బ్రాంజ్ తోటి నటరాజ. అండ్ రాజరాజ హ్యావ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టెడ్ తంజావూరు బృహదీశ్వర టెంపుల్. తంజావూరు బృహదీశ్వర టెంపుల్. బృహదీశ్వర టెంపుల్ శివ టెంపుల్. ఇండియాస్ బిగ్గెస్ట్ శివలింగం ఉంటుంది అక్కడ తంజావూరులో బృహదీశ్వర టెంపుల్. ఈ తంజావూరు బృహదీశ్వర మందిర్ టెంపుల్, దిస్ ఈస్ ఇన్ దిస్ after that Rajaraja Chola, he built a strong navy. He occupied Sri Lanka, Lakadivs Islands. Later the legacy is continued by Rajendra Chola. This legacy is continued by Rajendra Chola. After Rajaraja Chola, Rajendra Chola captured the whole of Sri Lanka. Initially Rajaraja conquered northern Sri Lanka and Rajendra Chola conquered south Sri Lanka and named it as Mummadi Chola Mandalam. Mummadi Chola Mandalam. Chola Mandalam means the mandalas. Mandalas are the provinces during the Cholas regime. So administrative unit, it's one of the unit. So Mummadi means entire, combined. Chola Mandalam. Rajendra Chola built a city called as Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Rajendra built a city called Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Gangaikonda Cholapuram. Rajendra conquered Indonesia, Cambodia, Laos, all Southeast Asian countries, and improve the trade and commerce with them and improve the diplomatic relations with them. And he allied with the Hindu kings in the Cambodia and constructed Angkor Wat temple there. Angkor Wat, India's largest Hindu temple, which is in India's largest Hindu temple is not in India but in Cambodia. Angkor Wat temple, Surya Varma, Cambodia ka Raja Surya Varma, ee king toti alliance ay Angkor Wat ane temple kadtaru. Okay, and Chola's architecture is in Dravida style temples. In Dravida style temples, సేమ్ ఇంతకుముందే మీకు శిఖరా స్టైల్ చెప్పాను కదా, ఎట్లా ఉంటుంది? శిఖరా మీద పాయింటెడ్గా ఉంటుంది. ఇది ద్రవిడ. ఇది మీద కలశాలు. దీన్ని విమాన అని అంటారు, దీన్ని శాంక్టోరం అని అంటారు. అర్థమైందా? ద్రవిడ స్టైల్ టెంపుల్స్. చోళులు. చోళుల కాలంలో చోళాస్ కాలంలో administrative system, they gave very much importance to local self government, అంటే పంచాయత్ రాజ్ సిస్టమ్. They gave liberty to villages, they gave whole liberty to villages to go for self rule. They granted funds, they are pumping the funds to the local provinces. Okay, they are pumping the funds to the local provinces. And which is mentioned in Uttara Merur inscription. Uttara Merur inscription. Uttara Merur inscription issued by Parantaka Chola. Uttara Merur inscription issued by Parantaka Chola. Okay, Parantaka Chola. This system is talking about elections, a democratic system in the villages. Remember, guys, in Chola's administrative system, the local self-government has been given utmost importance. Every village man can elect their own village panchayat head. The right has been given to the people. This is the beginning of democracy in India. Rights have been given to the people. Okay, this is what mentioned in Uttara Merur inscription. Parantaka Chola says that there is a process in electing the local village ward members and also members of committees. There is a process in electing. That process is called as Kundavalli system. That process is called as Kundavalli. Process is called as Kundavalli system. Kundavalli system means spot election system. కుండలో ఇది కుండ, అన్ని చిట్టీలు పెడతారు. ఇందులో చిట్టీలు వచ్చి ఓ చిట్టి తీయాలి, చిన్న పిల్లోడు వచ్చి చిట్టి తీయాలి. మరి ఎవరు క్వాలిఫికేషన్స్ ఏంది? క్వాలిఫికేషన్స్ టు కంటెస్ట్ యాజ్ ఎలక్షన్, టు కంటెస్ట్ ద ఎలక్షన్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద క్వాలిఫికేషన్ వన్ మస్ట్ హ్యావ్ to become the member of the village or the member of the village committee variums? Number one, he should be minimum of 35 years of age. Minimum 35 years of age and maximum of 70 years. అంటే 35 to 70 మధ్యలో ఉండాలి. అది ఆయన క్వాలిఫికేషన్. 1/8 అట్లీస్ట్ ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి ఆయన ప్రతి సంవత్సరం. ఓకే, he should be expert in maths. Okay, he should be expert in maths. He should be expert in maths. He should be expert in Vedas. Expert in Vedas. ఇవి కొన్ని రూల్స్ సార్ చోళాస్ కాలంలో. ఓకే, అది పోతే రాష్ట్రకూటులు డెక్కన్, ఇది పోతే ఇదే టైంకి డెక్కన్ని రూల్ చేసేది రాష్ట్రకూటులు. ఇంపార్టెంట్ రూలర్ కృష్ణ, ద వెరీ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రూలర్. ఓకే, కృష్ణ built Kailasanatha rock cut cave temple. Wonderful, the marvelous temple. Kailasanatha rock cut cave. Where? Ellora caves. Ellora caves లో ఉంటుంది కైలాసనాథ రాక్ కట్ కేవ్ టెంపుల్. Rashtrakutas, see, this is the picture. Deccan ruled by Rashtrakutas. At the same time, Andhra ruled by Vengi Chalukyas. At the same time, South ruled by Cholas. South ruled by Cholas. Cholalu. At the same time, this entire North India ruled by Rajputs. Gurjara Pratiharulu. Gurjara Pratiharulu. Rajaputrulu వీళ్ళంతా. Bengal ruled by Palas. Bengal ruled by Palas. These Gurjaras capital city is Kannauj. Kannauj. Remember? From Gujarat, Rajasthan, Haryana, Delhi, UP. Biggest kingdom, Rajput kingdom, Gurjara Pratiharulo, Kannauj villa capital city, UP. Palas, Bengal, Chinna Rajyam, Rashtrakutas powerful in Deccan. Now Gurjara Pratihara, Pala, Rashtrakuta. Three are fighting for Kannauj city for 200 years. 200 years tripartite struggle. Tripartite. Tripartite struggle. అర్థమైందా ట్రైపార్టైట్ tripartite struggle is between Gurjara Pratihara, Pala and Rashtrakuta. Gurjara Pratihara, Pala and Rashtrakuta. These are the three biggest kingdoms which are fighting for Kannauj city. Okay, and Rashtrakutas. Maximum number of times Rashtrakutas won this tripartite struggle. Maximum number of times. Here comes in Deccan after Kalyani Chalukyas. After Rashtrakutas, Kalyani Chalukyas. During Kalyani Chalukyas, there is a Shaivism. There is Shaivism. Shaivism is all about a person in Karnataka, Basavanna. Basavanna started a sect in Shaivism called as Veera Shaivism. Veera Shaivism. Veera Shaivism. Basavanna's Veera Shaivism. Basavanna wrote vachanas, songs on Shiva. Basavanna. Basavanna's followers are called as Veera Shaivites. Basavanna's followers also called as లింగాయతులు ఇట్లా పెట్టుకుంటారు బొట్టు. వైష్ణవులు ఎట్లా పెట్టుకుంటారు ఇట్లా మూడు పొడుగు నామాలు మూడు అడ్డనామాలు. Kalyani Chalukyas culture, not much important. Kalyani Chalukyas, for example. Okay. Then from Kalyani Chalukyas only in Telangana and Andhra Kakatiya's dynasty is going to be emerged. Okay. Then this is the end of the ancient India and the early medieval India. Very, very, very important topics. I'm just briefing up. Okay. Before revision, you can go through these topics. And my next topic that comes under the Islam. Islam. In medieval India, with the beginning of Islam, with the coming of Turks, with the coming of Arabs, Arab conquest and Turkish conquest, that we will see later. Okay.